It made a bit of a difference.
We may just have to barge in and interrupt, Julia. We may just have to. You go for it.
Good morning, everyone. I have the delight and privilege of being your gathering companion today. And welcome to our community and to this Sunday gathering, whether you are joining us for the first time or join us regularly, whether you are here in the room or join us online. You are a welcome and important presence in our circle. Today marks the second week in our series, The Stories of Our Lives, where we are exploring 7 classic story arcs as a way to understand our own stories and lives more deeply. Welcome to week 2, Rags to Riches. We light our candle to mark our time and our connection to each other, to ourselves, and to the world.
Have a seat, yes, that's
Do you want me to sit?
You can if you want.
Yeah, okay.
Great. As is our custom, we share affirmations of our commitment to all the colors of diversity that is a treasured part of our welcome each time we gather here in this space. So let's celebrate that in this community we are all welcome to be who we are and who we're becoming, every one of us. Let's speak for ourselves and for each other as we work together building a more open and expansive community for all people, our affirmations. We welcome and affirm all sizes, all ages, all colors, all cultures, all genders, all sexualities, all abilities, all learning styles and neurotypes, all religions or none, all people.
Welcome to community. Thank you. We acknowledge with gratitude that we gather on Treaty 6 territory, the traditional meeting grounds and home for Cree, Saulteaux, Niitsitapi, Blackfoot, Métis, Nakota. I know there's a proper pronunciation, but here goes. The Nakota, Iska, and Dene peoples. In the spirit of all my relations, pardon me, we honor our interconnections with the land and all living beings, the four-leggeds, the winged ones, the swimmers, the crawlers, and the plant and tree nations. We recognize our shared responsibility as stewards of this earth and commit to protecting these ecosystems for the generations to come, following the lead of the traditional keepers who have cared for these relations since time immemorial.
Now, why don't we add our own voices to our intentions for the morning and strengthen those with these words that we find before us? We come together with open hearts, ready to see our lives with new clarity. Let's invite ourselves into stories that reveal places for celebration and for healing. Let's open ourselves to the humility to listen, the courage to repair, and the joy of connection. May this time awaken in us a spirit of curiosity, compassion, and transformation. And may we find in the stories we live the path that leads us to wholeness. Would anyone like to hear a story? It's time for our Time for All Ages. And I welcome anyone who wants to come forward to come forward. Sure. Thank you. Yes, I love your dress. Lots of people love your dress. Good morning. Hello.
I'm almost 10.
Almost 10. Not quite 10. When is 10?
March 15th.
Oh, that is almost 10. March 15th. Whew, this week. All right. Does anyone else have a special day this week? Or are they all special?
I had a concert last night.
A concert last night.
Ian was in it too.
Ian was in the concert too. Amazing. How did it go?
It was really good.
It was great. Oh, good. I'm so glad.
What band played? It's a choir.
Oh, I think they were singing in a choir.
Oh.
Yeah. Today, we're going to talk about what to do with a problem. Do any of you have problems? No. None at all. Yeah, we all have problems sometimes. This story, I'm going to read it to you, and we're gonna go through the book just like we always do. But I want you to notice something that happens near the end of the book with the colors and the pictures. We'll see if you know this book. We'll see if that means anything to us. Okay, here we go. I don't know how it happened, but one day I had a problem. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I really didn't like having a problem, but it was there. This problem, I think the illustrator has drawn this problem as a little cloud over this person's head. Why is it here? What does it want? What do you do with a problem? I thought. I wanted to make it go away. I shooed it. I scowled at it. I tried ignoring it, but nothing worked. I started to worry about my problem. What if it swallows me up?
It's probably not going. Yeah, it doesn't even have a mouth.
Well, what if my problem sneaks up and gets me? What if it takes away all of my things? I worried a lot. I worried about what would happen. I worried about what could happen. I worried about this, and I worried about that. And the more I worried, the bigger my problem became. Because that's what worry does, right? Like it just makes the problem get bigger and bigger and bigger. I wished it would just disappear. I tried everything I could to hide from it. I even found ways to disguise myself, but it still found me. And the more I avoided my problem, the more I saw it everywhere. I thought about it all the time. I didn't feel good at all.
How big did it get?
Well, look, it's a big storm now.
It's everywhere.
It's all over the place, and
It's a giant
it's so stormy.
Is that a tree?
I couldn't take it anymore. This has to stop, I declared. Maybe I was making my problem bigger and scarier than it actually was. After all, my problem hadn't really swallowed me up. Oh, you two called it. It hadn't really swallowed me up or attacked me. I realized that I had to face it. I had to look at my problem. I had to see what it was about. So even though I didn't want to, even though I was really afraid, I got ready and I tackled my problem. Look at this person tackling their problem.
He just grabs on.
Grabs on. When I got face to face with it, I discovered something. My problem wasn't what I thought. I discovered that it had something beautiful inside. What is something inside a problem?
I
I don't know. Let's find out. My problem held an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to learn and to grow. It was an opportunity for me to be brave and to do something. Yes. Just a growth opportunity. Yes. It showed me that it was important to look closely because some opportunities only come once.
Most of them.
There's something coming out of this problem here. There's some light. There's some energy, maybe. So now I see problems differently. I'm not afraid of them anymore because I know they have a secret. Every problem has an opportunity for something good. You just have to look for it. Is that the end?
I don't know.
That's the end, yeah. So here we are. Look, the problem, I think, is still here, but there's something different about it. There's color, there's light. I want to tell you, sometimes there's little problems, like, I cut my nail and I hurt my skin. That's a tiny little problem.
That kind of happened to me.
So, yeah, you've got a Band-Aid on yours.
Yeah.
There's little problems like, I forgot something at home and I really meant to bring it. It's a tiny problem.
Like a book.
Yeah, like a book.
This.
But there's also big problems. And, when we look inside our problem and we notice an opportunity or something new to think about or a way to be brave or a way to grow, that doesn't make the problem go away. It does not make the problem go away.
It makes it bigger.
But it makes it possible for you to, what? Tackle it, to look at it, to find some ways through it, some solutions, and for you to find ways that you can make something work. So problems don't go away, but looking inside a problem for its opportunity and for its chance to learn and chance to be brave is something really important. This is just a really serious story, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Yeah, but I like it. I like it. I think that's an N for north. I wonder if that's a hint to this page. I wonder if maybe it's kind of like inside this problem is an opportunity, but also it's kind of like a map. Maybe it might show the way, a way through it.
Yes.
Yeah, look at all his friends, too. There's an opportunity in a problem to find friends and to be close to friends. Well, I do hope that all of your problems today are tiny ones. But if you've got a big one, I know that you'll find friends and a way through and courage and bravery. Okay, all right. Thanks for coming and sharing this story. Yeah, okay, Kids Spirits happening. Through the doors, Daisy and Ariane are there. Youth Space is happening. Look, Wes is on their way. And, of course, there's playrooms, activity tables. Wherever you're going, have a good morning. Bye-bye.
Well, that's not really where you're allowed to go.
I was going to invite the kids to stay. I still could, but most of them are gone. It's okay. It's all right. We're gonna have a little practice time, and then we'll really do it for them another time. I was encouraged to share a new song this morning, and so with the choir, we worked on it, and we've got 2 song leaders, and we're going to sing a new song. This is a song for our children and for our youth. It's called Young Ones Among Us, and it's a song to encourage. It's a song to remind us that we're all together, and that the future and the present are together, and that we're here to support and love and nurture each other regardless of our ages. So today we'll practice it. We'll sing it for them as the time goes on, and maybe regularly. Who knows? So this is Young Ones Among Us. And who was my... could someone continue to do this? Thank you. There's 2 slides of music, and I think we'll do it twice, so we'll go back and forth. Thank you. Oh, where's my music? There's been a request for more rests.
Just keep doing this?
That's okay. That's all right. Thank you. Not so many notes, they say. I guess we're sharing some announcements and things that are happening in the life of our community, so I invite anyone who's got something to share to come forward, and we'll share that now. I know Blair's got something.
I'll just deal with this one. Or maybe I won't. Yes, I will. Good morning, everyone. My name's Blair Anderson-Croft, pronouns he, him. We have a couple things happening. So today, after church, we have special guest appearances by individuals whom you haven't seen in a while. Mark Hetherington, and then Christopher New will do a switch and come up here and talk about a few things afterwards. So hope individuals can stay. Then next week, we have the AGM coming up, and I'm just trying to find, oh, there it is. Have the AGM coming up, and there's a switch in what people bring. So, if your last name begins with A through G, you're going to bring desserts. H through R, you're going to bring sandwiches or handheld items. S through Z, do we have any Zs? No, we have Zs. Do we have any Zs? Oh, yeah, we do. You're going to bring vegetables and fruit when you stay next week. Totally forgot. I just go by Janice, hey? There you go. And we are still looking for 2 individuals with burning desire to come once a month-ish, maybe, to do outreach, committee chair, and property and maintenance. Now, I'm sure Marg would love to share with you all of her great wealth of knowledge in regards to outreach. And the property and maintenance group, I think, are pretty fun. They seem to have a good time when they do things. I'm not quite sure how property and maintenance can be fun, but hey, let's go with it. So, anybody want to do property and maintenance could have a conversation with Peter to find out how fun it is. Everybody jump up all at once. Alrighty, with that, we will see you guys after. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Mary, so, pronouns she, her, and I just want to remind you about our Jeffrey Straker concert and on Friday, February, March 20th, and if you would encourage and invite others to come, that would be wonderful. And there are places you can hear Jeffrey's music if you're not familiar, Spotify, YouTube, there's lots of good music platforms. So it's for those of us who know and love his music, it's just so lively and energizing. But if you want to check it out before the concert, that's how you could do that. So hopefully you can come or invite others to join us on Friday, March 20th. And tickets are $30 for adults and $15 for children 12 and under.
When lonely feelings chill the meadows of your mind, just think when winter comes, can spring be far behind? Beneath the deepest snows, the secret of a rose is merely that it knows you must believe in spring. Just as a tree is sure its leaves will reappear, it knows its emptiness is just a time of year. The frozen mountain dreams of April's melting streams, how crystal clear it seems you must believe in spring.
This is a wisdom reading from Luke chapter 13, verses 10 to 17. I apologize for my voice. I just got out of isolation yesterday from bad head cold and chest cold. Pardon me. Jesus was teaching in one of the meeting places on the Sabbath. There was a woman present, so twisted and bent over with arthritis that she couldn't even look up. She had been afflicted with this for 18 years. When Jesus saw her, he called her over. "Woman, you will be set free from your ailments." The meeting place leader, furious because Jesus had healed on the Sabbath, said to the congregation, 6 days have been defined as work days. Come on one of the 6 if you want to be healed, but not on the 7th, the Sabbath. But Jesus shot back, "You hypocrites, each Sabbath, every one of you regularly untie your cow or donkey from its stall and lead it out for water, and you think nothing of that work. Shouldn't this woman, a daughter of Abraham, who has been suffering these many years, be set free from this bondage today or any day?" When he put it that way, his critics were left looking quite silly and red-faced. The congregation was delighted and cheered him on. This is a story from the first century Jesus tradition. May we find wisdom for our living.
Well, let me start out the week by saying a story about a woman, our elder as our companion today. Happy International Women's Day to everyone. Last week, we began this series exploring the story of comedy, the story of coming back together, of connection and returning joy. This week, we're turning to a different kind of story, one that shows up everywhere, from ancient myths to modern films, rags to riches. This is a story of someone who begins in a place of diminished identity, overlooked, unseen, or experiencing social or personal challenge, and through a process of recognition and inner transformation discovers true worth. Christopher Booker says that in every rags to riches story, the riches are symbolic. They represent the moment when someone realizes, I am more than I believed, I am more than what happened to me, I am more than the story I've been telling myself. The riches aren't wealth or status, but often identity and understanding, a deeper self, a deeper calling, a future. Luke tells us about this woman who's been bent over for 18 years. Severe arthritis, who knows, or some similar ailment has kept her looking at the ground. And we're meant to see her experiencing 18 years of being unseen. Never mind that she was a woman in first century culture and the invisibility of that. But 18 years of being afflicted with something that made her even smaller and hunched, unseen, unrecognized, unnamed, unable to stand eye to eye with anyone. And she simply shows up, bent, diminished, carrying the weight of her life. She shows up to church. She shows up to her synagogue. And I want us to take note of what happens. The story doesn't tell us exactly what Jesus does. It just says that he says, you will be well. But Jesus names her in this. She becomes not the focus, which is so typical, isn't it? She doesn't, even though she's the focus for a moment, the people around her take focus away from her and make it about what Jesus has done. Again, pushing her to the margin of the conversation. And Jesus does something interesting here. He brings it back to her. He centers her and he says, "You're forgetting that this is a daughter of Abraham." He names her as part of the community. And whatever healing there is, physically, there's healing socially going on here. It's what happens to anyone who experiences liberation, who after a time of being invisible is seen and heard and noticed and cared for. And what happens, we're told, she stands up straight. For the first time in nearly 2 decades, she stands up. It's a restoration of identity, a reclaiming of worth, a rising to the fullness of who she is as a woman, as a daughter of Abraham, as a member of the community, as a valued elder. The crowd rejoices because they see it too. Someone who has been living small is now standing tall. This is the heart of the rags to riches arc. As we're learning about it, it goes from unrecognized worth or isolation or disconnection to recognition, to inner transformation, to joy. Stories like this still speak to us because we recognize the pattern of it in our own lives. Just one little example comes from a show that I watched years ago, but remember so much of it in the emotions that it elicited. It's called The Queen's Gambit. You can find it on Netflix. We meet Beth Harmon as a child in an orphanage. We meet her as her parents have been killed in a car crash. She's left alone. She finds her way to an orphanage. Beth there is quite silent, withdrawn, carrying more grief than any child should, as you can imagine with this kind of tragedy and early childhood experience. She learns quickly that she has to survive alone. She becomes self-reliant because really she has no one. There are people who are around her at the orphanage, but she's not convinced they really care. This is her rags moment. Not poverty necessarily, but isolation. Not lack of talent, because as we'll see, there's plenty of that, but lack of recognition. not weakness, but unseen worth. We learn through the course of 7 episodes that having learned to play chess from the custodian of the orphanage, she displays immense talent, a prodigy. And through her childhood and early adulthood, she navigates being toured around to beat everyone who thinks they can beat her at chess, taken to competitions, and again, dealing with most of this on her own. And as she matures, she makes some friends, but you can see in her character that self-reliance, that need for her to take control, has her relying only on herself, and as we later learn, on her substances. The isolation, you can imagine, runs deep, deep, deep. And in the final episode, no spoilers, I promise, Beth is a young woman now in Moscow facing the biggest match of her life. And she's alone in her hotel room, or she's with one friend in her hotel room, convinced she has to win by herself, that she has to figure out what's the solution to beating this Russian chess master. And that's the old story running in her life, that she's in this by herself. And then a friend opens something within her. Other people open something within her. This is a clip from the final episode and I stop before it tells you anything of what happens, I promise.
I will admit, I was a little confused.
The point of the arc is that on the other end of the phone are the people who care about her, all gathered together, offering support, insight, encouragement. They've been trying to help her for years, and for the first time, she's letting them. She listens, she softens, she receives, and something in her rises. Her riches are not the championship that she's vying for. Rather, we see the arc of someone discovering riches she didn't know she had. She's not alone. She's worthy of support. And we see her face that match standing tall with others behind her, even if they're miles away. And so we recognize a similar movement as the woman in Luke. Bent down, seen, supported, standing tall, restored to community. Booker says that every rags to riches story has similar movement. Some kind of unrecognized worth, the truth of who we are hidden even from ourselves. An exposed vulnerability, something that cracks open, an old story that maybe doesn't work, or a crisis that we all of a sudden wonder, does anything make sense anymore? Facing fears, confronting the beliefs that we have that have kept us small or kept us isolated, and discovering of inner strength or wisdom. And stepping into a new identity, a new calling, a new way of being. So it's about becoming, but becoming who we already are. It's about rising into the dignity that has always been ours, but perhaps we've forgotten. It's about hearing the voice that says, "You are set free," and believing it. So where does this kind of story touch us? Maybe there's a place in our own life where we feel bent down by expectation, by shame, by exhaustion, by grief, by a story we've carried for too long. Maybe there's a part of us that's been living small, unseen even by us. Maybe there's a part of us that is a gift to ourselves and to our world, a strength, a tenderness, a wisdom that has not yet been recognized. Maybe there's a calling waiting to be claimed. Maybe there is support waiting for us to accept it. Maybe there are eyes waiting to see us. Maybe there's a role, a place, an identity waiting to be claimed. So the question in every rags to riches story that we live is, what riches do we have to discover that have been inside of us, that are laying dormant? What dignity and worth and resources and calling have been in us all along and are waiting to come out, waiting to be recognized? As we move into just a few minutes for reflection or journaling or however we might use these few minutes, I invite us to consider some questions that we might think of. We might grab onto one today, or we might choose to use them through the week to find out how the rags to riches story is playing out in our lives. I'll just read them through real quick. Where in your life do you feel bent down or unseen? What story have you been telling yourself that might not be the whole story? Where might you be ready to soften a certainty or loosen a judgment about yourself or another? What inner strength or wisdom is beginning to rise in you? What small gesture of support, receiving or offering, feels possible right now? What would it feel like in your body to stand tall in who you're becoming? So as we are doing in this series, let's take just a few minutes of quiet time to reflect on one of these, or to let our minds go where they need to go to reflect on our lives, on our stories. And I'll call us back with a ring of the singing bowl. As we prepare to share in this table ritual, I'll just ask if perhaps someone could just remind our kids that the young ones among us are welcome. Into the reality and mystery and wonder of our living, we want to pour our whole selves, what we know and what we don't, what we hope and what we fear, into the task of opening ourselves to change. The table has long been a sign of this journey. It's the place of community, of family, of conversation. The table is a place for negotiation, for sharing values and fears and dreams and strategies. For Jesus of Nazareth and his friends, their table affirmed connection and relationship with each other in the midst of hardship and challenge and standing fast. It was a moment of energy that created solidarity with each other and their shared story and the love and justice of all that's sacred. May we live from the depth of that creative and committed spirit. When we share this table with each other, we are also strengthening all of those things: our compassion, our hope, our need to stand tall with one another and for ourselves. So we're invited then to meet together at the center, to come to ourselves in creativity, to be buoyed by the strength we find here and ready to change and be changed in service to a just and loving humanity. So we are all invited to share in the grains of the earth, to share in the fruit, the fruit of the land. And as we do so, to recognize that we're all invited. This is food for our journey. You don't need to be a member of this church or any church. This ritual doesn't bind you or commit you to anything other than what meaning and commitment you make to yourself. You may come to receive a piece of bread and some grapes and take them back to your seat. But know this, we're all invited, regardless of where we are on our spiritual journey, where we've been and where we're going. Whether we've been rejected or excluded before from this table, regardless of who we are and how we identify, this is a ritual of belonging. So know that you belong to life and to each other, and this food is for all of us, just as we are. So as it has been done, so it will be done again and again and again. You're invited to share this food for the journey. I welcome you. And there will be a station, someone in front of each section, but a little station just off to the back here for vegan and gluten-free options. So please make your way, please feel welcome, please enjoy the music. I invite us into our closing song. A song written by another among us. Curtis, thank you for these words. Perhaps written for a different context, written for a renewal of his and Nell's vows some years ago. But when we look at these words and sing them as community and as those who are coming into our own and seeking support and love and encouragement from each other, they take on a beautiful meaning. And thank you for the words, Curtis, and we'll sing them together.
How blessed are we when friendship's grace through each day freely flows. When dawn reveals a well-known face, love's gift is new bestowed. How blessed are we when through life's days of pain and joy and tears join hand in hand we when life's ways, life's mystery draws us near. How blessed are we to sit and share at love's rich table spread. My daily choice in daily care, love's peace our daily bread. How blessed are we when day by day our hearts with laughter live. As year to passing year gives way, love's joy bestows its gift. Twice. How blessed we when trust can grow, roots deep through life's rich earth, to hold us firm through winds made blow, love's promise shows its worth. How blessed are we in comets found, where hearts as one are bound, when life to life is promised true, love's freedom surely found.
So we're invited to go into this week with the sense of freedom and permission to grow, permission to seek opportunity in all the problems of everyday life, and to find within it something deep within us that will strengthen us and provide light and food for the journey. May we go in peace.